Hey guys, welcome back from spring break. So, what you guys are going to do this week is you're going to research an African safari animal. So, I put up on Classroom this example so that way you guys can follow. So, leading up to spring break, you guys did an IXL on compound inequalities and you did a worksheet that had word problems with a YouTube video with notes on and or. So, with all of these, the first thing you're going to do is I put the link here, so you'll click this and it will bring you to a page with a bunch of different African wildlife animals to pick from. So you guys can kind of decide on what animal you want to pick. So you scroll down, you can see they have a lot of options here that you can pick from. So you can see it keeps going. You go all the way down to the bottom, you have zebra. So I'm just going to click zebra for right now. And then it will bring you to the page all about zebras. So on this page, you'll have a bunch of information. You have a nice picture up here, and then a bunch of information. So if I go back to my example, once it loads, the first thing I want you guys to do, it says fill out the chart size, average weight, and average lifespan. So there's not a lot that you have to fill in, but you do have to be careful with your inequalities. So the first thing I want you guys to do is to have your animal name. So I picked jackal. So obviously you guys aren't going to pick jackal because the work's done for you. But if you pick zebra, you would put your name so I know which animal you picked. Then I want a picture. You do not need to use a picture from that website. If it doesn't work, I want you to put a picture in so I can see the animal, and then the link from the African Wildlife Foundation, so that way I can just click the link and then I can access all your information. So right here is worth a couple points, just identifying your animal, having a picture, and telling me the link you used for your whole chart, which is the link from the African Wildlife Foundation. Okay, and the first thing you're going to do is average size. So, and then average weight, and then average lifespan. So if you go back to your website, if I went back to my zebra, obviously I did a jackal, but I'm using zebra as the example, so that way you can see there's a lot of animals. In here will be all your highlights for me. In this chart right here where it says quick fact, you'll see it has the weight, it has size, it has lifespan, it has all kinds of information. And as you scroll down, you can read about, where they live, traveling, and what they eat, and a whole gallery of pictures you can pick from, challenges, solutions. Each one's different. Obviously, depends on which animal you're looking at. So once you gather your information, you're going to go to your chart. And once you get back to your chart, you're going to fill in, I don't know why it's going so slow. Okay. So inches or feet, so it depends on your animal. So for a jackal, it had it in inches, so 27 to 33 inches. That means that the jackal can be 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33 inches. It includes all of those. So I wrote down that, but what I'm looking for is this, where it says 27 is less than or equal to 33. Okay, with the X in the middle. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm grading on. The information above is to help you guys to see where I'm getting the information from and to kind of guide you. You're more than welcome to write both. I suggest writing both so that way I can see if you do make a mistake, like what the mistake was from. And then for a jackal, they also included standing height. So I included that as well because that includes their size. So about 16 inches. This one's a little different. About 16 inches means that technically, it could be 16, it could be 15, 14. So that's a little bit extra information that's included. And then average weight is in pounds. So a jackal can weigh 17 pounds, 18 pounds, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So you have to write 17 is less than or equal to 25. And then same with your average lifespan, years in wild, captivity, you can include both in it. And then your last thing is I want you guys to write an inequality. You can do population, speed, how fast they run. I chose average pups in a litter, and then you'll just write it. All right, good luck. Email me if you have any questions. This is what you're working on all week.